Okay, so I went out to this customer's house, a new customer, and hopefully it's going to be a new customer. I'm actually doing a proposal now, and you can see here, this is the drawing I took on my graph paper when I went out. These are the photographs. The back, that's the front. People kind of keep complaining about how I'm jerking the video around on these SketchUp videos, so I'm trying to do better. But the lady wants to do an addition to the home, so usually when we're doing this, the first thing we do is, measure and get the existing home in the computer, and then we go from there. So what I like to do is actually get the footprint of the house in the computer and print it out to scale. Then I can go back and go inside and put the rooms in. So looking at my drawing here, I've got the actual drawing in front of me. It's 12 feet 4. The garage area down here, this little offset right here is 12 feet 4. Then it goes back 2 feet 9. And I'm just drawing myself some construction lines here. It looks like I'm going to have to move everything back, but I can do that in a minute. I measured 15 feet 4 to the other side of this garage or stoop. So just to sort of start giving you some lines to look at, I'll do this. I'll just run this out here wild like that. And I know that the stoop, this little stoop right here, it was 15 feet 4 to this side of it. I remember that. And that is this dimension down here. So then I've got a 5'3" stoop. So I'll come back 5'3". And if that jerking motion, what was that, 4 feet 1? If that jerking motion is too much for you, sorry, but that's the only way I'm used to getting around in SketchUp by scrolling with my little wheel, and sorry if it doesn't work out for you there. But anyway, so now I have a dimension of 25'6" here to the end of the house, and this is where this porch starts right here. It's 25'6" to here, but that was from here, 5 feet 6. And so I know the house goes back there a ways. And then the porch was 7'10". 7'10". So there was the end of the house. Going back that way. And I will erase that little line right there. So I know I need to move these pictures back some. Now the porch was 16 feet 5. Now this may be boring. If it is, you can just scroll ahead. And then the rest of the house was 9 feet 9 inches deep. So I got to move my pictures back up some more. That's what I was trying to do, figure out kind of how far I got to go up with them. I like keeping them close by. And the other way you can do this is just, let me close off this line here. And SketchUp will want to create a face there whenever you close a thing there. The other way is just to start your pencil drawing there and use your dimensions 8'10", and then my next dimension is 9'3". So you can just kind of start the pencil in the direction that it's supposed to go. And I know the back is 17 feet. and then I come back in 47 inches is what Barrett said, and 12, what about that? Barrett said it's 12 feet 1, and if I look down here in my little box, it says 12 feet. So I'm just going to use that and go from there. So I don't know if you noticed my screen flash there, and I had been having a few problems with OBS, Open Broadcaster, since I updated. Everything worked fine until I updated the stinking thing. And you notice the screen went to black there for a second. And I'm hoping everything's working. Sorry for that little piece of information, but I had to check something. So anyway, here's my basic footprint. So now what I can do is I can raise this up, because I know that I can get rid of all these construction lines now, because they just clutter up everything. And I don't like this axis showing, so I'm going to get rid of that and this little Fred guy over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into like a solid. I'm just going to draw, I need to get my face back, so I'm going to draw that line across there. And I know that the garage, let's see, 7 feet. I know that this little garage here, this little door here, was 6'7", and it's about 7 feet to the ceiling in there. So I'm going to start, to do my massing here now. And I'll just get rid of some of these lines. I need to pull this up, make that face work again, because this is the stoop. And this porch is raised also. I should have left those faces there because I can raise them up. Like that. But I remember on this basement level, there was a 2-foot margin on either side of the door. And I remember Barrett telling me that the door was 6'7", which is very low. So for now, I'm just going to do that and push this back about 4 inches. That'll kind of represent our garage door for right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a group of this geometry, make a group, so that when I start to draw the next level on top of it, it won't stick to it. And that'll give me that line around, that'll kind of represent the siding there. So now I know that we have 8-foot walls. I'll show you an easy way to do this. In SketchUp, if you will just draw yourself another floor level on here. Oops, I missed that one. You should have yourself another volume. You can pull up 8 feet. I'm just going to go ahead and make it 8 feet 1 because I know the walls are at least that tall. And so now I have my main floor level, but I can also grab that. Make sure I'm not grabbing anything else. Yeah, I can grab that and create it a block there, a group. I call it a block in AutoCAD. And now I can just work on that level. But a simple way to do this in SketchUp is there's this offset tool. Where is it? Right here. You can go in here and select that outer band. If you think your walls are like 5.5, 6 inches, for now I'm going to say they're about 6 because I know there's plaster on the inside. So you can offset that 6 inches, and you see I just created basically walls all the way around. And if I take this back down to 8 feet 1, it'll basically disappear. And you see I just that quickly created my exterior walls for the main level. So the roof on this is going to be really easy to draw because there are no overhangs. So literally I can just come back here, and I know that the main gable of the house is this dimension from here to there, and I'll just bring that back to here. So what I'm looking at here is a gable that goes from here on this section all the way across, and then there's a little gable on this front and a little gable back here on this little offset. So the easiest thing to do for me is just to come here, and I was looking at these photographs and I also counted rows. If you look here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is about 80 inches. I know these rows are about 10 inches. So we can kind of make some assumptions here, and I'll double check this, but what I'm going to do is create a volume, a roof volume in its own group, so I can edit it later if I'm wrong. So what I'm going to do is, I know these rafters probably come up about 6 inches, and they have a nub on the end. They don't have rafter tails, so I'm just going to come up 6, and then I'm going to come up 6 over here, and I know I'm on my blue axis there, and then I'll just draw myself a line across here so I can find the center and just go up 80 inches. Now, and I'll just take a look at that and see what I think about it. So what I'm going to do is create a group out of that geometry. And so see, now I've just got that, and I can go in and double click on it, and see, did you see my display flash black there? Let me go check something. I'm basically starting a new scene every time that does that, because one time I made a video, it was about 40 minutes long, and if I swear I was so mad because I lost it somehow. So now I do it in little pieces. But anyway, now what I can do is I can just take this, where's my push-pull? Take my push-pull tool and take that all the way over. And I don't think I got it all the way to the end. I didn't. So I can just grab it again, and then I can just make it, flush with that end like that. And then I can take that, now I can come out here and I can draw myself a 6-inch line there. Did I do 6 or did I not? 6. And since I know it's a 612, I'm just going to draw myself a 12-inch horizontal line. Then I'm going to go up 6 again. And then I'm going to draw my little angle, my little pitch there. Now this is kind of crude, but you get in the habit of doing something one way. And I know the reason I'm leaving 6 inches on the height here is because I know the rafter tails are not sitting right on top of the wall. I know they don't go down to nothing. And giving yourself a little height is better. And I was wondering why that didn't. There we go. Now to get my little gable on the front, I can take this over to where it meets that. Come down to there, go over to there. Let's see, can I do that? Did I miss it? Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? That's not supposed to go there. This is supposed to go here, like that. There we go. Now we're getting there. We'll go over here. And this over to there, up to there, up to there, over to there. And you can see we're starting to get our geometry corrected here. This is the same gable that comes through. Sometimes you just, that says 12 feet 4 though. I think I'm going to draw this the way I think it works in real life. I think that comes all the way through like that. This will go over there. So I'm going to bring, what I'm going to do is bring this up now. I'm going to grab it over here and I'm going to come straight up and till it intersects. Now see, I have a plane. Now I have myself a plane to intersect with that I can do this. See? And now I can run this over. Come back up to there and I can get rid of this thing. And I can get rid of that. That. Can you see? See what I did there? I basically just made this gable go straight through like I think it does in real life. In real life, I think that's what it does. Yep. And then what we had here was a funky shed roof. If you go back and look at these pictures, and it looked to me, it's funny, I keep trying to rotate the picture, but I can't. But it looks to me like if you went up maybe 2 or 3 rows of shingles, which is 30 inches, because that's a pretty flat. It doesn't go halfway up on the roof. You know, halfway would be up here somewhere. So if we just went up 30 inches, let's see how we're doing on our open broadcaster. If you just went up 30 inches on the back here, and does that hang over? Yeah, this one. What's funny is there's not any overhangs on this house, but they put this kind of big overhang on this. I think it's because there's to cover this little ditch they created behind this addition. They didn't want the rain getting in there behind that. So they let the roof overhang and put this gutter on there and get the water around, which was pretty smart. And I think it's about a 2-foot overhang. So if we go back down here, let's go up 30 and see where that hits the roof. I think I'm going to stick to my guns on that. I think I'm going to be about right on that 30-inch rise. So that means this will come up to there and go over to there like that. And then if we bring this out 2 feet, we can just extend this line. You know you're extending it when you get that maroon color. You know you're extending the angle. And I'm just going to go down 6 inches again, and I'm just going to come over level like that. And now I can take that whole thing and run it over here to where it meets this. I just ran that into the side of it. So that tells you the slope of the roof right there. If I had just looked at this picture first, that tells you the slope of the roof. Okay, took me a little while to get this figured out, but I got it pretty much figured out the way it works. This all had to kind of intersect here, as you can see in our photograph, the way that worked. So I've got it fairly, this is all kind of hodgepodged in there, but for the most part, I've got it worked out now. And I have the roof in a layer that I can turn off to manipulate. Let me put this back. The walls if I need to, like that. So I just need to put this porch roof on. Let's see what it looks like. It's just an extension of the front roof. Yeah, I should have let that roof go over. Just keep going. So what I'll do is I will bring, let's see, what am I editing? I'm editing this roof. So I want to bring this up and then find out where the center of that is. All right. Then I'm going to go up and down like that. And let's see, no. I want to bring this straight over, down, then I want to go up and down to there. And I think if I take this out now, yeah, I should be able to bring this whole thing out to the end, just like that. And then there was a little front porch roof too that looks like it's about 3 shingles tall. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, with the trim and everything on it. Okay, so I've about run out of time for today. I've got to move on to something else. I just wanted to get the main mass of this house in SketchUp. And you can see I added the little front porch on there. And so what I'll do after I get all the massing done, as far as putting the windows and doors and all that, I'll go around and I will draw the grade on the house. I will draw the yard and put the site work in there, but I will keep that on in a layer just like I did the roof. But what I'll do next actually is turn this into a floor plan by changing the view and also setting it on parallel projection so that everything is all straight and I'm not looking at a 3D image. And I'll go in and print this, and then I can go inside and start putting my interior walls in, because the work we're going to do is will affect the interior walls. And I think what we're going to end up doing is putting a second story on part of this. So it should be rather interesting as we go along. And I will keep you abreast as this project goes along. And if you're interested, you can follow it. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you watching.